I want to quickly go
Yeah.
to the behavioural panel, which you guys
Yeah.
have, but it's really successful. You've got like 70 odd subscribers, and obviously I came to it from the Prince Andrew analysis. So just quickly, first of all, you know, whose idea was it to kind of like have a look at that? And second of all, have you had much comeback from like any legal letters or anything like that from Prince Andrew or Epstein and
Yeah, no, well, so for example, so first of all, great group of people. Do get yourselves over to the behavioural panel.
I'll put the link in the
behavioural.com.
description as well to
Great,
the
thank
to
you,
the channel.
because it's a great group of people. Myself and three other friends and colleagues who are really supreme in the area of interrogation, resistance to interrogation, and influence and persuasion. A couple of the guys who came originally from the military.
Yeah, I saw that. You all got kind of like a different kind of. You all come from different area, but
it's really great mix of people.
Yeah,
yeah, really great mix of people. So check it out. And we knew each other, you know, individually, and we bumped into each other individually, but we'd never come together as a group. And it's just because of the you know, health crisis that went on, and everybody was kind of grounded. There was a moment where it's like, yeah, we could actually make a date each Tuesday to get on camera and do something. And it was just like, let's do it for our own fun. Like, so it's just four experts in our field having fun with each other. Yeah, yeah. And it's good. The channel has grown like crazy because it's just us being us, tackling the stuff that we're interested in the way that we do it. And we're not paid by anybody to go, hey, could you come out with this result? It's like we call it as we see it. We you know, we're not on any political side. We don't believe in anything more than anything else. So it's great stuff. In terms of the Prince Andrew, well, you know, it had to be done because it's a what interests us is really interesting interviews where you've got a good camera. So, you know, hopefully it's like 4K, which means you can get right into the pupils.
Yeah, I've seen some of the things that you're talking about, like
yeah, you can see blood flow here. You can see all kinds.
And one of you managed to do the heart rate. I can't remember.
Yeah, so Chase was reading the heart rate.
Yeah.
Cross your legs. There's a big, you know, vein, artery, sorry, underneath your knee. And if you cross your legs, it finds it harder to pump blood. And you get this little kind of movement, tiny movement of the leg. But if you, and they got full camera shots of him as well. So you could see the heart rate going as well. So it was great from that point of view. The interviewer was excellent. I mean, look, it was probably as interrogatory as you can get given the circumstances. You know, she was asking hard questions and she kept on going at them. Yeah. And without it getting totally antisocial, you know, and which at that point he would probably, you know, cut the interview. It's like, we're not.
It was very much, I thought, like, I kind of got the impression. Obviously, I saw it that evening, and the next day there was obviously a big hoorah in the press, quite rightly, that he made himself look even worse. But he looked very uncomfortable in that interview. And obviously, I'm no expert on body language. And when you guys kind of broke it down for the little things, and it was just incredible.
Well, look, the interesting thing is we're not. I don't think you would come out with a different impression of what was going on there and how honest he's being.
You just did it in a more granular kind of way, didn't you?
Well, yeah. The thing is for us four can get super granular and help you understand why you're feeling how you're feeling, and help you understand, because here's what he's feeling right now. Here's our prediction on what is going on and what he's trying to do to manage this situation. And we can, you know, we're like a commentator. You think about a good boxing commentator. There's the ones that that, you know, there's somebody on the side like me who goes, yeah, clearly the guy just got hit. Yeah, that must hurt. and then there's somebody who's a good commentator, and they've seen many a match, and they can go, well, this reminds me of this and this and this, and it's very different from the last fight. Then there's the person that has trained fighters, fought themselves, has seen the whole history of this, and at that point, they probably can only really talk to somebody who is from that. Mm. And what's interesting, therefore, about us is you've got those kinds of people talking, and it just so happens it's interesting and entertaining enough that people who are engaged in that area at a more of a lay level go, this is fascinating. And it fascinates us. We like being together. But to your point about Andrew, yes, he's in total trouble. We lay out what he's trying to do, how he's failing at it, and really where this is going to go. Because we basically go, look, he's going to have to resign after this. You know.
Do you think as well? It was even worse because he was clearly coached into how to kind of sit, how to react, wasn't he?
Yeah. So I mean, what's interesting is, so he's an admiral in the Navy. So he's quite, you know, he was quite high value and helicopter pilot. Which means even though, you know, he has seen active service, and I would imagine they put him into positions where he shouldn't get captured, but he would have. We know he's had resistance to interrogation training. We know the training that he's had. We know the training, and so he is using some of that training. So it's interesting for us to be able to go, I see what he's doing. I see exactly what he's doing there, and also to go, it's a little bit arrogant to try and use it in this situation because it isn't the same thing. You can't, it's not going to help you by using some of your usual ways of performing in this particular situation. And ultimately, you know, to use, you know, the metaphor, maybe he shouldn't have got in the ring in the first place. He may have felt he was a good, you know, he was up to it and he's well trained. Like, no, it's a different ring that you just got into there, and why don't you understand that? So, I mean, that's what's interesting about the analysis from my point of view, is going, what is it about a human being who goes and does that? They don't have to. In fact, they've been warned not to, if not told not to, and in they go.
Do you think he would have been better off literally going in there, just being completely normal and okay, you probably would have tripped up, but just be like a bit like, say, you and I kind of thing, and well, not yourself, probably more, you know, just.
Well, so that's the issue, isn't it? Because what is his normal?
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point.
It's like, I mean, we say this constantly in the behavior panel. It's like, and there's the first episode we do on Tiger Kings, and I don't know. And I assume that you've had Tiger Kings on Netflix in the
but I haven't seen this Tiger King because it was one of them things, a bit like Game of Thrones, because everyone was banging on about it. I was like,
right.
Oh,
right. I was the same. I didn't watch it, and then I started to watch it, and actually, because I've spent time down in that part of the US, I'm like, well, this is just ordinary. This is not fantastical. This is not drama. This is people that I know. It's you know, they've got big cats. It's just barking mad. It's odd. It's not anything that we would, but there it's like, that's ordinary. Anyway, so I was saying about that, I was saying, look, the moment you go, oh, you know, I've got a couple of Siberian tigers in the back of the car, any baseline of behavior is all over the place, because it's like, this person lives with tigers. It means they do get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go and get milk, because tigers eat at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I tell your point.
You know, so it's like, well, so somebody will go, well, what are you doing up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Like feeding the tigers? Like, oh, I see. So your whole world is, it was the same with Prince Andrew. His whole world is a little bit skewed and different. So we have to baseline along that and then go, what is not ordinary? What is out of place about even him coming from that world? you know.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And that's the skill that we've got, is to make sure we're putting in the right context.
Did you get any legal issues from that?
No, not at all. The only legal issue we have had so far has been Berkshire Mysteries, which is a UFO mystery show, and essentially Netflix.
Yeah, I saw that when you said
down
you had to get
YouTube.
permission and things, but.
And we just got us and our crowd to kind of lobby Netflix to go, come on, you know, this is fair usage. And but nobody's shut us down or it'd be tough to, because we're going, well, here's what we see.
Yeah.
Here's our opinion.
I suppose even try to get you shut down. Yeah, or even get you shut down because you.
Yeah, I'm sure we could probably say something or tackle something that it might go in that way, but that would be us being stupid or having an accident. Because ultimately, expert opinion is expert opinion.
Yeah. Are you going to plan on doing anything on any Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell kind of interviews?
I think I would imagine Maxwell will come if we get decent footage. If there's decent footage, you need. For it to be interesting to watch, you need good quality footage where somebody's being asked hard questions that have high value around them. Otherwise, it's like they're answering questions to stuff that doesn't matter, and you can't really see it very well. It's like, what can you do with that?
No, I understand it, because the only interview thing with Epstein, I think, that was released, I think he just did no comment or whatever it was throughout. So there wasn't.
Yeah, he's taking the fifth all the way through.
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta, you know, for it to be really useful, you gotta be matching up what somebody's saying or being asked with a good string of behaviors, and they've got to be triggered into uncomfortable positions so we can see them outside of their usual baseline.